okay. Sometimes it's not alright, but it's really alright. And I know the sun will always shine somewhere. And I know the rain won't last forever, no, no. Sometimes it's not okay, it's really okay. Sometimes it's not alright, but it's really alright. And I know the sun will always shine somewhere. And I know the rain won't last forever, no, no. It's okay to wanna be tired. It's okay. It's okay to not wanna speak. You don't have to. All you gotta know is that a better day is coming. If you're ready, just go get it. Don't be afraid to take a moment. I believe in you. You can do it. You can run it. You don't have to love yourself. Just know that we love you. Know that we love you. Know that we love you. And we always will. Always will. And we always will. Need you beside me. I need you beside me. You're a part of me. Imagine if I left you without. Almost gave up hope, almost let you down. I love myself. Mental health. Yeah, sometimes it's not okay, and it's really okay. It's okay. Sometimes it's not alright, but it's really alright. It's gotta be alright. And I know the sun will always shine somewhere. And I know the rain won't last forever, no, no. Rain won't last forever. Sometimes it's not okay, it's really okay. Sometimes it's not alright, and it's really alright. And I know the sun will always shine somewhere. And I know the rain won't last forever, no, no. Rain won't last forever, no, no.
Well, somebody not in. Who's not in? I see
BJ
BJ not in.
and Michelle.
And Michelle. Okay. 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 I just seen that. All right. So tonight, how everybody doing?
All right,
Great.
yourself.
Great.
Bless.
Pretty good in yourself.
I'm still here.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, I got everybody. Tonight I want to talk about mental health because I had put in the question. I had asked Facebook, is it anything they would like for us to talk about? So last week we talked about side niggas and stuff like that. So today I want to talk about mental health because mental health is, especially in the black community, is one of the most leading things. And a lot of time people don't even know they're going through mental problems because I was
Yeah.
that person myself because I was going through depression after my mom died. And, my thing was I turned to drugs, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that was helping, but at the end of the day, it was hindering. So, I mean, I got some videos on here, but everybody I go down starting with CJ, have you had any experiences with mental health, or did you even know you had mental health?
Um, yeah, actually, I
Hold
think
on, time out. Is I'm delaying?
it's an echo, and I think
Echo.
Nah,
because
you
That's
not.
why. That's why I want to. Okay, I'm gonna go in. You can talk, but I'm gonna come out and go back in.
It's just if the person, everybody that's not talking, mute they mic.
yeah, that should help. Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Now the echo gone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, to answer your question, I actually knew that I needed therapy. I think I was about, I want to say it was after my last child, which was, he's 18 now, so about 18 years ago. And the reason that I knew that is because like I was looking at my behavior, like my attitude, being angry all the time, like not liking like
Behind
some
you.
of the people that I was
Mute
around,
your
family
mic, BJ.
members and whatnot or whatever. And so that would actually make me want to take the first step and go and get therapy to find out what these emotions are. But I lost my brother to stage 4 colon cancer in 2016, and I would experience 5 full-blown years of depression. And that was the ugliest side of myself I had ever seen. I knew, like, I've always been strong. I grew up in church. My, could always like get through some things. Life would happen and I would keep going. But this was a period in my life where I wanted to give up. The only thing that was keeping me going was the fact that I had 3 kids that I knew were looking at me, and I knew I had to be there for them. How did I make it through? It was nothing but God. But that depression was real, y'all. I remember one day the kid got the kids off to school or whatever, and I just got my car and just started driving. Where was I going? I have no earthly idea. And then it got to the point to where the anxiety took over, and I had to pull over on the side of the road, and I just started screaming and hollering, and it was a crash. But we're not taught how to deal with our issues. We're just taught to be strong. We're taught to go to church and to pray. And so that's actually what took me so long to be able to identify that I actually had those mental health issues, because I was going to church and I was praying, but nothing was getting better as far as on the inside. So yeah, that's just a little bit of mine. You gotta unmute, Jermaine.
We
Jermaine,
can't hear you,
we can't
Jermaine.
hear you,
There
Jermaine.
you go.
My bad. I was trying to tell you to unmute yourself, but go ahead. Go ahead, Tiana.
Hey y'all, I'm Tiana. Just call me Tiana. We're not gonna use no last name because I got 3 aliases, so it matters how I answer which one you call me. So I dealt with mental health all my life. Like, I knew I had issues as a little girl, and I knew my grandmother dealt with mental health issues, so I knew it was running through my blood. So what I did, I went into the field of psychology, trying to make myself knowledgeable on all levels of mental health. And I did. I got my degree and all that. But here recently, about 3 weeks ago, I lost my shit. All my mental was not there. They don't have a name for it, but I had some type of mental attack, mental breakdown, spiritual attack. I don't know what you want to call it, but it was there. And what happened was, I was on Facebook and I was riding with my best friend from middle school. And y'all, when I saw the video, I was like, Lord, I ain't combed my hair or brushed my teeth. I did not know I was going through it. I thought I was normal. I thought I was regular. I thought everything was cool. And he ended up dropping me off at a emergency room and was like, T, you need to go get checked out. And I called my boyfriend, like, this nigga tripping. Like, he just legit just dropped me off. Like, come get me. So I went home or whatever. And the next day, my mama, my brother, and my sister-in-law came in here to basically to go take me to go get committed. And I was committed for eight days. And y'all, when I went in there, I was so mad. I was so mad because how my family gonna do this to me? And I was just joking. You know what I'm saying? I was high or whatever I wanted to call it. I was drunk. So I didn't see it, and I just thought everybody was against me. When I got in there, y'all, I cried for the first 2 days. They took me from the regular floor and the regular floor was the 6th unit. So the intense floor the most intense was unit 1. I was in unit 2. And I'm thinking, hold on, I got degrees. I'm T, like, how am I in here, y'all? I was destroyed. Like, I passed out 5 times in 8 days. And like, them people told me, oh, you need to get off the floor and go get in the bed. Like, what? I'm a veteran. Like, come on, I'm a human. Like, what are you doing right now? Like, what are we doing? But I guess because they had so many people to try to fake it, they didn't know what was real, and they was trying to protect themselves at the same time, but I couldn't understand it. But when I finally sat in there, y'all, and when I finally stopped fighting and thinking I'm too good to be there and let go and let God, it changed my life, y'all. I'm telling you, it changed my life. I remember you got a cigarette break to go outside. I'm on lockdown 2 and 3 hours. Y'all ain't never been in jail, so it's the closest thing I can tell y'all about. I was on lockdown 23 hours, and the only way you can go outside is for a smoke break, cigarette break. So I started smoking cigarettes because I'm stressed out. They got me locked up. I'm committed. I'm in a crazy house, y'all. I don't know what's going on. So when I stopped fighting, I remember one time I was outside on the smoke break, and I was just laying in the grass and just contemplating my life. What else I'm gonna do? Like, I don't want to watch no TV. I don't want to draw. I'm contemplating my life. And I seen a devilish looking figure in the clouds. And at that moment, I was like, you will not win. You cannot have me. I am a child of God. Whatever you can throw at me, it's gonna look like I'm failing, but I'm gonna make it through it. I might be crawling, I might be slow as a snail, a turtle, but I'm gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? So that was my mind frame, and y'all, I just kept fighting in my darkest era, and I was like, it don't get no worse than this. I didn't hit rock bottom, and I'm in a crazy house, and it was like one of my biggest fears. And at first, embarrassment and shame, and it was like, I ain't gonna tell nobody about this. But God say, no, this is not for you to keep. This is for you to share with your sisters and brothers and let them know that sometimes we fall, but we got to fight like hell to get back up. We got to keep fighting. We got to keep going every day. Every day is a fight. You can't give up. Like CJ said, I remember one time I was going through another separation from my husband, and I was in the bed, y'all, for a whole 30 days. I had 2 teenagers and a 10-year-old. My teenagers, thank God they can drive, because all I was doing was giving them the credit card, the bank card, saying, go get your food, go take care of y'all business, go do what you need to do, because I wasn't mentally there to be able to take care of my child. And that's okay, because I did what was best for me. I did my best. And that's all you can do at the end of the day. If you can't get out of bed, if your best is waking up, brushing your teeth, then that's what it is. You know where you're at. You know where you want to be. And you get there. You fight. So, again, my name is Jess Tiana, and that's my time.
And T, I just want you to know you the real reason why I want. I mean, I had, like, you was one of the people in the comments, and my homegirl Dorothy Perry. Shout out to Dorothy Perry. She was another person. Y'all both said mental health. So I said, well, you know what? Hey, I want to give a shout out to my boy Show You Love. He from Acres Home too. Show You Love TV. Follow him on his platform at Show You Love TV. He be having good content over there too. But yeah, you was one of the reasons, because it hit more home when I seen you and Dorothy, because I knew y'all from kids. You see what I'm saying? And I done heard CJ, and I know my boy BJ and his wife have been through some things. I never knew Miss Williams ever been through it. So I'm gonna let Miss Williams go on here to talk next, and then Michelle, and then we're gonna do BJ and and Mike. So go ahead, Miss Williams.
Hello, everyone. Just like many of the ladies said and others that are on the panel, mental health for me took a toll when I lost my mom in 2016. I thought I was normal. I thought I was the strongest woman alive. I mean, she passed in my arm. I thought I was just doing the right thing and in routine. I have 3 boys and I'm co-parenting. And I just fell asleep on the couch one day, and my mom came to me in my dream. And when she came to me, it made me want to sleep, 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 sleep. I didn't want to wake up. And the time that I did wake up, I just go to the next room and try to lay down and go to sleep again. And this one day I went to sleep in my room, in the bedroom, and I woke up, and it was literally almost 30 days later, that I could remember. And it was my children that walked through the door, and they looked at me. The way they looked at me, they was like, "Ma, are you okay? You okay?" I felt like that little girl. I'm in education, and we always put out things for suicide. And the little girl that sit in the corner, and she was just afraid. It was just darkness and just a little light. And when my kids came in, it just felt like a sunshine, a ray of light that came in, and it felt like God just telling me, "You're gonna be okay." And I had to go get help. I had to go to therapy, and as one of the ladies said, therapy is not talked about in the Black community. And it's okay to go, and it's okay to recommend others to go, because it helps you release the things that you have been holding on to from childhood up until now. Because everything that we go through now is kind of affected from our childhood, because we don't know how to handle death from a loved one, or maybe even separation from a loved one, or a family, or co-parenting, which took a toll on me also. I was used to being a nurturer and waking up with my children every morning. And when I had to co-parent, it it took me down and made me start feeling like I'm alone. I can't do this, wanting to give up, but not give up because of my faith. And they say don't question God. So I never questioned him, but I wanted to know, where were you? And at the same time, the confirmation came daily. I'm here with you. Those times I wasn't on side of you, I was carrying you because you were too weak. And it's okay. So I just want to let everyone know that if there's a friend, family member, someone you see, recommend therapy to them. If they don't want to go, or it's kind of a thing where their pride might won't let them go, it's okay to give them some type of advice, or be their calm during the storm, and then they'll see it through you and how you handle it, and they'll eventually want to do it. So thanks for listening. My name is Vondrea Williams.
All right. And you said some, and I always share this with the guys when I go speak at the AA meetings and stuff like that. I always say we've been fucked up since Goo Goo Gaga. You know what I'm saying? And that just meant to just really saying we've been messed up since kids, and we don't and sometimes our parents and stuff don't know that's a big toll on us or whatever, even though my mom was a good mom, just seeing her, not just seeing her trying to take care of me, not having a father in my life, being the only thing that it was that I had, you know what I'm saying? And then God take away, because I had resentment with God for years, you know what I'm saying? And but after a while, I understood why God did what he did. See, God had to take my mom away from me so I could stand up as a man on my own 2 feet, because sometimes we use our parents as crutches. And that's what I was doing. Who trying to come back in? I don't even see who that is. Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, it might be Mike, but it ain't nobody. But yeah, go ahead, Michelle. Go ahead.
Good evening. No lie. Okay, so I don't know if I had mentioned this in one of our previous videos or one of our first videos, but I did have a stroke a year ago, and so I forgot what the question was. I have no idea. I was just listening to everything,
Oh,
so I
well,
have
we talking
no
about
idea where we
mental
are
health.
right now.
See, like right there.
Oh,
Do that mess with your mental? Like
oh,
knowing that you can't remember things. Like we talking about mental health and what type of things you struggle with the mental health.
BJ, you gotta
I struggle with my memory. Uh, I'm sure he unmuted it because he's probably just trying to help me because he looked at my face and tell I forgot. So I work on my mental every day. I'll forget something we just talked about 5 minutes ago, and but then I can remember something that happened 10 years ago. It's weird. I don't pray about it. I just try and remember the best that I can. I'm not very religious, and I haven't been since I was a kid. Um, I lean on BJ a lot, which of course gets on his nerves. But you know, hey, like he told me one day, it's what he signed up for. So, he does an amazing job, and I really love him for it because you know what, I can look at his face sometime, and I'll be like, I said that already, didn't I? And he'll be like, yeah, baby, you did. And he not giving me a hard time about it. And my family is the same way. Be like, yeah, you said that already. I did. Okay. I'm just gonna shut up, you know, and that's usually what I do. And but everybody knows, I could talk my ass off, so nobody wants me to be quiet. It's like, no, keep going, so maybe you'll get it out. And so that's what I just be working on, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm just kind of listening to all y'all, absorbing it all in. I will, remember some stuff and I'm gonna forget some stuff, and this happens every podcast, which is why I'm usually really quiet. So, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. Yeah.
Okay, shout out to my boy Cross the Plug, man. That's who made this shirt right here. My boy Cross the Plug. He don't, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be having a podcast right now. He motivated me to do a podcast, something on this nature where we talk about mental health, we talk about sobriety, we talk about everyday shit so we can get it out there. And we know it's not just for us. It's not just for us, it's for what I learned in AA. In AA, they say in order for me to keep it, I have to give it away. So which means is in order for me to keep my sanity and my sobriety, I gotta share my experience, strength, and hope with another person. So I'm finna go to BJ right quick. BJ, you had any experience with mental health?
Oh yeah, most definitely. You know, when my grandmother died, my mother, I was sitting in Harris County Jail. As a matter of fact, that's how I got the name 16. You remember that? Uh Man, I was so depressed, and I was living in my grandmother's house, and I got up to go to the kitchen, and I swore to God I saw my grandmother sitting in her recliner, and it did something to me. I got in my truck and burnt out. I found Monk, man, and I say, man, you know where I can get an 8 ball of powder from? He was like, yeah, but they only had a half, so that was a 16. I rode around almost half the night, did all of that by myself, went back and got another, rode around, did it by myself, and damn near killed myself because I was just, I didn't know I was depressed. You know, I didn't know I was going through depression. You know, I didn't know a man can go through depression. So it just took something in me just snapped one day, and it was like, say, you need to chill out. Your grandmother wouldn't want this. But I still, after my father died, my other grandmother died, I still get, down and out. Uh, Tend to drink a lot when I get depressed. But I am seeing a therapist and a psychiatrist, and I really don't like talking to people about my issues, and especially not them because I think they can call the laws on me, and I ain't going back to jail. But I'm still working on it, and my wife, she helps me through it the best she can. But it's a process.
Shout out to my other brother, Stone 600. If it wasn't for him, I would have never got off my ass to start a podcast. So shout out to my boy Stone. Mike, and I wait, hold on. Before I go to Mike, I'm glad you said something. I got some videos that I'm gonna show, and because one thing about men, because a lot of men we do go do through depression, but we feel weak to share about what we going through because we supposed to be men. We supposed to be this macho, thing where we don't have to, we can fix it ourselves. And most of the time we do need help. With me doing the fourth step in Alcoholics Anonymous, which is doing self inventory. that's what made me start helping, like with my therapist. That's what made me start opening up, even with my girlfriend or whoever. If I'm going through it, I'm finna tell you, I'm finna shut all this shit down, and I'm finna tell you. You know what I'm saying? Because if I don't, sometimes I feel like I might have a stroke or fall out, my head get to tripping, work shit get to spinning, and all type of shit. So, Mike, where you at, Mike?
Hold on, before Mike come on, I want to say this because we are live and people are watching, and even us up here, everybody's been through it or going through. This is a safe place. At the end of the day, like if you're watching it and you get triggered, if because us sharing our stories and us, giving the advice and everything, it can trigger. And if you get triggered, you may need to get off the live, regroup, come back, or if you want to reach out to either one of us on this podcast, please feel free to do so, because tonight is about helping. It's not about hindering. It's not about criticizing. It's not about judging. So I just want everybody to remember, if you're watching and attending this is a safe place.
All right. I've had 2 different experiences with mental health. And the first started when I was like in the 6th grade. Found out I was adopted. And that just shook everything. Like it changed the entire landscape of my life. Everything I felt like I've known up until that point just seemed to be a lie. And I was starting to question this, question that, question family, what's real, what's not, who's real, who's not, et cetera, et cetera. And I could see it how, well, now that I'm, much older now, I could look back on my actions and see like I was operating from an emotional standpoint, if that makes any sense. But I was a kid, so how do you express that? How do you, how do you explain that? How do you express that to where people can help you, right? And how do you know as a child when you are properly being helped? And a whole bunch of things started happening. Got diagnosed with ADHD, put on all type of antidepressants, Strattera, Ritalin, Adderall, all these things. And now years later with further research, it's been learned that those are dangerous to give. Antipsychotics are dangerous to give to a child. But yet I was prescribed those. So that was one example. And the second example is when me and my ex-wife divorced. I mean, being married at such a young age, being married for such a huge portion of my adulthood, that's all I knew. Like how to function as someone's husband, function as the consistent father in the picture 24/7, right? I have 4 daughters. So having to adapt from that and learning how to now operate with myself a majority of the time, that was a huge hurdle to jump over. And I was doing a whole bunch of things trying to cope. Like I started smoking more, definitely started drinking more, and just kind of lost my way for a bit. But I had to get up out of that. I had to be self-aware to understand that the place that I'm operating at and the place that I'm operating from wouldn't be prosperous for my elevation throughout life, and it definitely wouldn't have been prosperous for my relationship with the children. Because I have to be in a healthy state in order to properly, maintain my role, properly function, et cetera, et cetera. So, and that was like 3 years ago. So now 3 years later, definitely operating from a more profound standpoint, more logical standpoint, of the ability to understand when I'm operating more emotional than logic, more logic than emotional. So that's my 2 experiences.
All right, I got a couple of a few videos I want to show right quick. And then if y'all want to, let's we could build on that.
guy anymore, I'm broken. These are the truest words I've ever spoken. 24/7, I'm always open to negativity, I'm filled with emotion. Too many people scar in silence, self-medicate at the button up license. They need help, SOS crisis. All they've ever needed is help and guidance. Why is no one on the planet listening? Unless it's gold, white, silver or glistening. I can barely...
Have any of y'all experienced any of them symptoms of mental health?
Definitely.
I couldn't hear
But
it at all. I want to say that.
you gotta,
I
whenever
couldn't
you play
hear
the
it.
video, you gotta tap it. You gotta tap the video. Whenever you be playing the video, it say tap for sound. You gotta tap it. So
What you
can hear
mean?
it.
So you didn't see it?
I saw it.
No, we saw it, but we're saying if they can't hear it, like if Michelle is up here, she has to when it starts playing, you have to tap the video for the sound in order for you to.
Oh, for real? So I need to play it again?
You can play. You can spin it back one more time.
Yeah.
And now y'all say I need to.
They pointed out something that I really want to start this conversation with. I'll let whoever go first, but I just want to point something out.
All right, here I go. So you say I gotta tap it 2 times so y'all
No,
can hear?
not you.
Whoever
We do.
Us. We have to tap it when it starts playing to hear the sound.
Oh, okay.
Well, I didn't see a video, so I couldn't tap anything. I don't know about it. I didn't see a video.
Can you see it now?
Can you see the video now, Michelle?
Tap the middle screen and see if it comes up.
I'm not the same guy anymore, I'm broken. These are the truest words I've ever spoken. 24/7, I'm always open to negativity, I'm filled with emotion. Too many people scar in silence, self-medicate at the button up license. They need help, SOS crisis. All they've ever needed is help and guidance. Why is no one on the planet listening? Unless it's gold, white, silver or glistening. I can barely...
Now what Mike at? He disappeared?
I'm right here. No, I'm right here.
Oh, okay. You done moved again. Okay, so what you had wanted to say?
At the beginning, you seen what he did? He pointed out a stat. He said 1 out of 4 people will be affected with a mental health disorder worldwide.
Michael Statistic Gray. That's my boy.
He started his entire video with a stat.
That's my boy, Mr. Statistic.
Yeah. But that's true though. It's like it's a lot of people like for real. We be sitting around people at work or whoever. It could be our own family member, and they can be going through it, and we don't even know it because, like they say, 1 minute we happy, the next minute, bipolar. That's I didn't know that was a mental health disorder, being bipolar. I did not know that.
Split personality syndrome, schizophrenia. Yeah, all these things are mental health disorders.
Right.
Even somebody like myself that always has to be busy. I have to have order in my life. Like that is a mental disorder.
Did we know that obsessive compulsive disorder is a real disorder, but we treat it in the Black community, we treat it as people that just want to be clean?
Yeah, exactly. Like that's real. Like all of those.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you somebody that used to be like that. Big E, right?
Of course.
I mean, I know you know Big E, but his mama used to be like that, bro. She used to take I don't know how many baths. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
We'll look at that as normal, everyday activity.
Yeah. I got another video I want to show too, and it's really pertaining with like BJ was talking about, and I was talking about. Let me play this.
You ever ask a man how he's doing, and he says, "I'm all right." I'm here to tell you, that man is not all right. That man is battling demons that you cannot even possibly imagine. That man is struggling every single day to find a reason to keep going. And the reason we say we're all right is because as a man, nobody really fucking cares what you're going through. So why even bother to say it? But you know what? I feel you, brother. Because I'm all right too.
So can I say something about that? Like, I'm
All
a
right.
female, right?
Appreciate you.
And
No problem,
I
man. You go ahead and
always
get some rest.
Somebody else talking. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead. I muted him.
so as a female, I've heard that all my life. Like, men feel like, why say something because it doesn't matter. And I, as a female that definitely loves the black man, wants to be like with the black man, trying to figure out and fix myself so I can be with the black man. It has been impossible for a man to tell me, what do you need in order for that safe place to be created so you can be transparent, so you can start to pull those layers back and just like heal with a woman.
Well, I feel like a lot of times we feel like that because y'all always got shit going on. You see what I'm saying? And y'all always have problems, and it's always like, um, I gotta be the shoulder to lean on. I mean, my little problems that I'm going through might not seem as big as yours, you know. That's how I see it, you know. And I should have, and they had some clips. I might go in there right quick and go grab them right quick where it talk about women don't give a damn about men's mental health. And I should have grabbed some of them, but that was opposite of where I was trying to go with that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to start a man woman
don't and,
thing tonight, you know.
and don't because the reason that I'm asking the question is because I want this to be known and understood. We do care about you guys' mental health. It's when y'all tell us, well, it ain't gonna matter anyway, or y'all already have this pre-notion that we don't care. So it's like, what can we do? What do we do to let you all know that we are concerned and we do want y'all to have that safe place? For me, I feel like I'm a strong woman. I feel like I could be there for a man that needs that safe place to be able to say, this is what I'm going through. But I can't help his perception and his perspective of, she not going to care anyway. Like, what do I do as a woman to show him that I actually do care?
Can I tag in right here?
Go ahead.
All right. Now, speaking from the men, is so. Let me start it like this. I believe you when you say that you are a transparent woman, a strong woman that can hold her man's problems, that'll be there for him, that won't chastise him, criticize him. I believe you when you say that. But now let's play that. Let's play you or women that thinks like you versus the field. How times us as men has opened up, and all it took was for us to piss you off just good enough, and you bring up, that's why your mama didn't love you. That's why this didn't happen. That's why you don't have this. Everything, every weakness we gave you, you turned around and used that against us. How many times have we suffered through that? And it's hard. It's hard to differentiate who's really gonna be there and who's really not, right? Because we don't know until we know.
Okay, you answered the question.
But sometimes you know a little too late because you got to know who you with. You got to know, you got to have that line of communication over. Because if you steady keeping everything in and bottle up, how I'm supposed to know, baby? I feel like this relationship not working because our communication not together. So how we gonna be in a relationship if I can't communicate these intimate details with my partner?
And I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. I agree with you. And like I said, I agree with CJ. But I'm just telling you how the most of us look at these type of situations. Is that the situations before you that we was in, that we opened up to, that we was transparent to, you turned around.
That ain't got nothing to do with me, sir.
I mean,
okay.
Look.
Wait. No, we're not gonna be combative because y'all know we got people that really.
Not at all.
No. I'm not being combative. I'm just like,
but you're right.
What you went through in your last relationship does not have nothing to do with.
And you are 100. And you are 100% right about that.
You gotta bring that wall down.
You are 100%. You are 100% right about that.
And that's what I was gonna say, Mike. You answered the question, and so it's basically like the man that's choosing now to see if this is the woman. He has to give her a chance, and then I guess the woman got to have a little patience, I guess.
That's what I say. It should be a little patience, a little leeway. And what we
But
do,
I'm
what we
thinking
typically,
like this though. Okay, like he said, everything I done share with you been brought up against me. So when I go into the next relationship, I might need to go to counseling first.
Say it, Jermaine, because that was my next statement. Why are you even trying to have something if you have not healed from the past?
Right.
no,
Oh, I ain't.
again,
Oh,
again,
Stone. This a closed
I'm
panel.
with you.
We just sharing. But if you want to say, hold on, I'm talking to the people in the comment. If you want to ask a question or say anything, please drop it in the comment, and we will address it because this is a closed panel. I got what 6, 7, 8 people on there tonight. So yeah, this is. But if you want to ask any questions or have anything to say, and the thing about it is too, and I haven't figured out why I can't see my Facebook comments, but I can see my YouTube comments. Let me go to Facebook right quick. Let me show this last one right quick. This last video right quick. And this is about women's mental health. I really ain't play it, but let me see. Let's see what they talking about.
Society tells us that we should be a lot of things as women. Society tells us that we should be pretty, but we can't be too pretty because then people will think we're superficial and they won't take us seriously. As women, society tells us that we should be the caregivers for our children and our families. But in doing so, if we don't find the time to take care of ourselves, then we are told that we are not being the best caregiver that we can possibly be. As women, we are told that it is normal to express our feelings, but the minute that we overshare, we are told that there is something wrong with us. Society tells us that we should be so many things, and that we should follow the rules that have been traditionally set in place for us. In mental health, it's no different. Society tells us it is finally okay for us to talk about our mental health, but the minute that we try and do that, we are told that we are weak, and they label us. I'm here to tell you that that is all wrong. It is okay to talk about our mental health. Our mental health should be addressed with the same level of comfort and openness as our physical health is, because everyone has mental health. Everyone in this room has mental health. But when we talk about women, we need to consider a few things. Women are more likely to live with anxiety and depression in their lifetime, and are more likely to experience violence and trauma. Now, these women that are struggling, they are not weak, but they could use our support to pick them back up. There are so many women, especially in the North, that are trying to be strong for their families and their children. These women are trying to balance careers with heavy personal lives. These women are trying to be role models for their children because they want them to be able to look up to them. When I was younger, I grew up with a single mother. My mother removed my brother and I from a situation that she did no longer think was healthy for us. And she did everything that she could to make sure that we had what we needed to succeed and grow.
So do y'all identify with any of that, the women? Do y'all feel like that?
I identify with everything that she said. I just wish she would have been a black woman. But definitely. And this is not about the different genders. It's just my experience as a woman, especially being the custodial parent of children. As she said, we deal with working, we deal with everyday life, we deal with our careers, and then we deal with our family. And that is something that I think a lot of people do not consider, how tough it is to have to still work towards being a positive role model to your children, being a positive role model in the career field, being the best you can be if you're in a relationship or if you are married, and feeling like you still have to suppress because you don't want to be looked at as you're nagging. You don't want to be looked at as, oh, you tripping. You don't want to be looked at like she said, as weak. We don't use the term weak when it comes to women, but I know we can be labeled those other things: bitchy, angry black woman, a bitter bitch. Like all of those things get put on women when they are actually trying their best to continue with everything that's on their plate. You muted, Jermaine.
Miss Williams, you want to say anything, or Michelle, or Tiana?
No.
I agree with CJ said.
Let me see the phone. My girlfriend's daughter she want to add something to this that she found on TikTok. Hold on, it's on mute. Oh wait, hold on.
Men don't talk. God, men don't talk. And this is something that we have to look at. They're taught to be a man and internalize everything. And then on top of that, us women, we have never learned. We were never taught what it means to create that atmosphere for your man to open up himself to you. And so in moments where your man opens up himself to you, it's very hard for you to receive it. In fact, in a moment where you were upset at him, angry at him, mad at him, you used that information that he gave you, which was so sacred, against him. It was a slap to his face. And now you're asking yourself, why doesn't he talk? Why doesn't he want to speak to me? Why isn't he going the same way that he did before? So we have to learn how to create the atmosphere for a man to open up himself to us. But it's imperative that we know that this atmosphere comes from within. And don't talk.
So do y'all agree with that?
I said that though.
Yeah, I know. That's why
That's exactly
it was
what I
crazy.
said.
You just said that, and she came with that because she showed me that. What was that, yesterday? Yeah, and I feel like that was a good thing because even like if we get to talk I'm not gonna just say with women. Another reason why we shut down, we can be chilling with our partner and we'll get to tell man, they'll be like, man, I want to hear that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I done it before. I'll be like, man, I want to hear that shit, man. Nigga, put your big boy drawers on or something. You know, all that boo and crying. And I think us in the black community, bro, we got so many obstacles in our way to where it's hard for us to open up for it. Who is that? BJ, why you can't stay on mute? You got 1,000 things going on, BJ. Hey, Michelle, check your man. You go in and check him. Yeah, but anybody? Hey, what's up, Pratt? What's up, homie? You just snuck up in there. You know what I'm saying? That's Deacon Pratt right there, man. My pastor, Deacon.
I'm gonna let my boy live. I ain't gonna crack on him.
Yeah, man. Hey, share some. Let us know anything. Do you know? Share any of your experience, strength, or hope about mental health. Is there anything you ever been through and God brought you through it?
Oh, absolutely. I had really dark time in my life where dark time. Where I didn't talk for a while. I really was trying to figure out. I saw a lot of our young black males having kids at a young age, getting into gangs and fights and stuff. And I at that time I just was looking at it and I was like, I don't think this is for me. I got to figure out what I'm going to do to avoid this and still be able to survive in the area in the hood that I grew up in. And so there was a time where I didn't say nothing for about 6 months because I was in my mind trying to figure out who I was going to be. And that's what I meant when I said in the show, I was very deliberate when I was younger about what I did. I needed a reason to do it. I needed to know the outcomes to the best of my ability to make those decisions to do that. So, and my mom worked in the mental health field. So imagine her reaction, her son who's playful, goofy, laughing all the time. Now he's not saying nothing. He's always quiet. He's pensive, So But I mean, you ask Mike, ask people around me, have I become someone that they can look up to? Have I become someone who seems grounded? I think it was well worth it. And I think sometimes that's what we need to do, get quiet and look at outcomes, look at behaviors, and decide and become very deliberate about what we do. And Mike and I talked about that last night about if we're going to try to bring Black communities back, we have to start with Black families. And the question was, is it worth it? And if it's worth it, are we going to commit to doing it? And committing to doing it is not about feeling, it's about getting it done even when you don't like to do it. There's a Instagram video going around with Mike Tyson where he's saying, you got to do what you hate to do like you love it. To get the outcome that you want, you have to do that thing that you hate. You may not like going to the gym, but if that's part of the curriculum, you got to do it like you love it. That same energy, that same commitment, that same dedication you have to put toward it to get the outcome that you want out of it. So we got to break that feedback loop where, like CJ and Mike were saying, guys are like, well, I'm not going to tell you anything intimate, anything to the core of who I am, because eventually you're going to use it against me. And then, like CJ said, well, you got to deal with that trauma before you come in. Otherwise, it's just that loop. You bring it in, you're afraid it's going to happen, so you don't do it. You never really get close to the person. You go back out, you do it again. And we have this feedback loop where women are like, get closer. And we like, no, because you're going to use it against me. And then it gets used against you. And then you won't get closer. And we got to break a lot of this you against me type stuff. It's just not healthy. There's a lot of it, especially in the Black community. We're at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to families. We got to change that.
One thing I can say about this brother, man, and I remember this when you used to come around. Now, I don't know where they found this brother at. He don't cuss. He don't do nothing. But he used to hang around a bunch of gangsters and be right in the mix, bro, and maintain and hold his own, you know. And like I say, you never know who's going through it, bro. You know, it have been time. Mike then gave me words of encouragement, bro, when I was going through my drug addiction and stuff like that, you know. And we look at the crackhead, or we look at the alcoholic as just a person tripping. Now, sometimes something happened in their life where they feel like that's their comfort, drugs and alcohol. And one thing I know, being homeless downtown, I seen a lot of mental illness. Now, help me understand this, and maybe y'all know it's a difference, right, between mental health and mental illness, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say mental illness. The health would be the general scope, and then the illness is wherever it fits in that scope. So you can be mentally healthy or you can be mentally ill, but it's all part of the health, just like you have physical health. You know, you have disease, disorder, dysfunction.
Yeah, it's like it's like cancer. You got your different stages. You got the first stage, you know, where you've been diagnosed and it's not as big or it's not as aggressive. And then stage 2 is more aggressive. Stage 3 is more aggressive. Stage 4. So the illness now, it takes over. It takes over in stages. So the mental health is the diagnosis, but the illness is the actual like process of how far you are and can you bring it back in.
Oh yeah. My bad. I was my girlfriend trying to get ready for work. But so let me ask y'all this. Do y'all know any way? Okay, let me ask y'all this. Is it any way that y'all can help a person, or what I'm trying to say? Can y'all tell people how they can help a person identify that they're going through mental health?
I can help answer that question. I would say I would answer the question as to, are you asking how do you know if they need help or where to get the help from?
Yeah, ask first, how do you let them know that they need help? Yeah, because they might not knowing that they going through it.
I know a lot of people that's unmedicated and that's okay with that. So I feel the first step is for them asking for help. when they're ready for the help themselves, then they can easily find behavior hospitals. You can go talk to a psychiatrist. You can talk to a counselor. There's different ways to seek different help. If you feel that you need medicine, you can go to a doctor for that. If you feel that you just need counseling, or if you need something to take the edge off, or something to help you sleep through the night, it matters what you're looking for help for. But sometimes it can be as easily as to having a honest conversation with your doctor, because at the end of the day, I'm a veteran, and that's what got me locked up for 8 days, because as being a veteran, we tell the truth. So if you smoke weed, if you do crack, if you do heroin, whatever you do, your doctor needs to know, so they'll know where to prescribe you and how to help you, because they can give you a drug that can help you take you off of that heroin, you know what I'm saying, and help you with your mental health. So you just got to be honest with your doctor and seek help yourself and fight for yourself.
Now, I got a problem with prescribed medication, because I done read depression medicine, and on there it say side effects could be suicide. So I got that. So once I seen it say, like, they gave me my psychiatrist prescribed me some mood stabilizers, but when I was taking them, I didn't feel like myself. I did not know, and the mood stabilizer, I had to look this up on YouTube, on not YouTube, but on Google. So the left side of my brain, when I took these pills, it felt like the left side of my brain just shut down. Come to find out, the left side of your brain is where the evil thoughts come from, and angry thoughts. Your anger come from your left side. So it's like a funny feeling. It's like it's putting a grip or a vice grip or a clamp on whatever communication is supposed to send to me. So what I did was I just stopped taking that shit, because I felt like, first of all, it's making me eat too much. With that too, that's why I'm 220 something pounds right now. You know what I'm saying?
I have an input on that.
Huh?
I say I have a little input on that.
Go ahead.
Well, I've been taking psych meds since I was in the military, so probably since 2006. And you have to find the right medicine for you. Now, the first medicine I took, it made me feel like a zombie. And I was like, I'm never taking that stuff again. It took away, like you said, it shut down my anger. So I was walking around here not feeling like myself. But when I trusted the doctors and took that ride with them and said, I was going to try it and be serious with it, it changed my life also, because I was able to think clearly. I was able to remember stuff. It also has goods. Yes, it has side effects, but for me, I need them pills, because if not, baby, I don't want to see what I really look like. You know what I'm saying? So some people don't discourage them from the pills, because in our Black community, they don't take the pills. Just like when you got a headache, you know to go get you whatever that's going to take care of that headache. If you got back pain, to go get you some rub, baby, whatever you need to do to take care of that back pain. Your mental pain is something also. So if that mental ain't 100% there, baby, go talk to a doctor and find the medicine that's going to work for you and work with you to get you where you want to be in your life, because this your life. Ain't nobody feeling these mental anguishes that you have but you. And if you want to be better, you're going to try that medicine, because self-medicating is not going to do the job. That's why they got the pill. That's my thoughts on that.
I like to
and hold on, can I chime in on that?
Go ahead.
My little brother, he was diagnosed with ADHD at an early age, and they prescribed him Ritalin. And that Ritalin had my little brother stuck. I mean, literally. Like, the school had to call my mom, was like, because they was giving it to him while he was in school from the nurse. But after he took that medication, that was it. He wouldn't move. He wouldn't say nothing. So they decided, hey, well, give it to him when he get home. He got home. My mom gave it to him. My little brother sat in the hallway one day for 6 hours. Didn't move. Didn't say anything. And after that incident, my little brother said, "Squash that. I'm not taking that no more. I'm always stuck. I can't think. I can't move. I can't do anything." So, and now, still to this day, he would rather not take the medication because of the experience he had with Ritalin. Now, if he do take it, he cool. But then he want to do the self medication stuff, and his self medication is K2. That ain't no better than Ritalin, bro. You smoke that, you stuck. You can't move. The boy almost burned up my whole house messing with it. Boy, take that medicine. It's different. It ain't like it used to be. And he's scared to take it.
I would
Somebody.
say it's trial and error with medicine. As the young lady said, it was in the beginning they had to try something, and she it's trial and error. So all medication, just because it's written and it's known, it may be something else that they can give them that's less powerful, that doesn't have those side effects. Sometimes the medicine does help us in the Black community because, one, we don't like to take medicine, and two, we need it, but we're afraid of it. But we'll go to the streets and try to find something that's going to help us, self medication, and we end up being addicted to it. And then that's when the problem comes along with the mental health. So I just think trial and error with medication, and continuously being consistent with seeing the therapist or the counselor and having someone to talk to, a good support group, will, it helps with mental health.
I'm telling you why Black people don't, you know, be like, well, my doctor prescribed me X, Y, Z. Oh, no, don't take it. That's for crazy people. That's for crazy. You know how it is.
Yeah, and that yeah. See, my girl, like sometimes I just turned it back on. You always want to be in the secret. She always want to be in the secret. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bring her on here one day. She be having a lot to say, and then I don't see it right, and then she be looking at me like I'm stupid. See, that's what type of mental health I'm dealing with a woman. You know. Yeah, nah.
That's
But
funny.
nah, what she's saying is though, like, and I guess I'm saying it right, babe. Like we sometimes don't want to take the medicine because we'll tell somebody the medicine we taking and they'll be like, oh no, that's crazy medicine and it'll mess you up and that's for crazy people. Bitch, I'm crazy. That's why I need it. You know what I'm saying? But we be like, yeah, maybe you right, because we really mostly don't want to take it anyway. So we already looking for a reason not to take it. So if you need to take your medicine, please take your medicine. And if it's too strong, they will ask you. I know for sure they be like, if it's too strong or if it's doing this, please let us know, and they'll adjust the medicine for you.
I
Um,
I'll just say this one quick thing. Our
okay, we
problem
had
is
today on here. I forgot. Go ahead.
our problem is whenever we hear mental health doctor, we automatically assume crazy.
Right,
I
right.
I want to add that, like, okay, I'm not telling nobody not to take medicine. That's not what I'm saying. But y'all know I'm a natural hair specialist. So I practice natural everything over the course of years, which is why I don't eat red meat anymore, which is why I try to stick with earthly things like my fruits and my vegetables. When I get sick, my kids, we take the sea moss because I already know, like, everything from the earth helps the body to heal. Right now, when I say this again, I am not telling nobody not to take medicine and you're crazy and all this other kind of stuff. I'm just a person that wants to get to the root, do the work first. I know everybody is not strong enough to be able to do so. I am against medicine because, for one, I was a medical assistant and I just saw some stuff. Like, I work very closely with the doctor, and I know how some stuff they ask you, like, when you go to the doctor, you fill out this form. Are you black? Are you white?
Are you Hispanic? They're asking these questions for a reason, because different medicines they give to different races. Now, what I'm saying is, how could you give me Ritalin when my diet, my daily routine, my family history is totally different from this next person that you're giving it to? So you're giving a dosage of medicine, the same dosage of medicine, expecting different results. And y'all know, like Mike and them, they love the numbers, right? They love the studies, but they don't never go back and study it until after you come back in and say, oh, this medicine has me feeling stuck, or this medicine I have headaches, or but they also negate the fact that you're also on blood pressure pills. You're also on diabetic medicine. So you got all this medicine that you're taking to control this one, these several issues. But then you go in for the medicine to help control your mental, but it's all mixing together. So is it adding on? Is it making the situation worse? Or is it actually helping the situation? So that's my opinion.
Yeah. And I mean too, if you on YouTube, I know they have a lot of stuff for everything. Like I didn't know, and I'm just going a little bit off of sidetrack here. I didn't know cherries help inflammation. You see what I'm saying? Like it's fruits and herbs and stuff that can. I don't know for mental health. I don't know, but I mean, like I say, like you say, we're not trying to scare nobody. We're not, trying to stop anybody from doing what they're doing. But if you're taking medicine, they do have a paper that tell you all the side effects. Do research the medicine that you're taking, because at the end of the day, sometimes I feel like, and my girls sometimes feel like this too. They try to guinea pig us. You know what I'm saying? And we take this medicine, and then it fuck this up over here. You see what I'm saying? Now we got to take this medicine to fix that, and then that. So like I say, I know, even though I don't smoke, I know weed help depression. I think, you know what I'm saying? That just allegedly for me. I think marijuana helps depression. And then if you don't eat it, sure help you with your appetite. You know what I'm saying?
Don't know it.
It's and if you can't, they have CBD. It's different things. Like us as black people, I know we got to get back to our roots. And back in the day, they was doing herbs. R.I.P. Dr. Silby. He says a lot of stuff that we need to do and take, and a lot of it too come from the food that we consume too. That ails our bodies, Because right now, I ain't gonna lie to you, I had sat down one day and thought about it. Ain't that many damn chickens and cows in the world? So what is we really eating?
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So let's take the time out. If you do no much, then because that's what I need to get back. I love fruit, and I need to get back to eating fruit. Babe? Huh? Oh, anyway, I had went to this Chinese market called H Mart. It's on Blaylock. I did a food review and showed some of the stuff that they had in there, and they had so many different fruits like dragon fruit, what's that stuff called, soursop, all type of different fruits that I'd never seen in our grocery store. You know what I'm saying? I seen they got a peach, a donut peach. It's made like a donut, but it's a peach. It's flat. So, it's all different type of stuff out there. We got to, especially us as black folk, and I'm one of, I can't leave that pork alone. It ain't even nothing biblical or nothing. I just can't leave it alone, God. You know what I'm saying? And that's one reason why I couldn't become a Muslim, because I'm going to eat some ribs. I ain't going to bullshit you. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why I couldn't be a Muslim. And I'm not finna stop eating. I don't think God want me to stop eating. He want me to fast when I want to fast. I don't want to Ramadan. No, they don't want to do everything because y'all saying do it. So that's just me. But anyway, though, before we go tonight, man, is it anything or any programs for mental health that y'all would like to share or tell us?
Well, so I wanted to before I say that, I wanted to piggyback on when you asked the question, like, is there any advice that you would give somebody that is dealing with mental health? I feel like
you can't tell nobody what to do. It definitely has to be their choice. You could share your experience, which is actually why I guess I became a motivational speaker and then started the nonprofit mentoring adolescents and men and women. It was to share the story, and then maybe something that you hear will resonate. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I had to learn. You can't tell nobody what to do. You can't be totally invested to the point to where you feel like you're constantly repeating, but these people that you're talking to, they're not changing. And the reason that they're not changing is because, and I think I shared this TikTok with our Facebook group the other day. Some people thrive for the attention that being unhealed gives them. Okay. Mental health is real, but we need to understand that mental health has different avenues as well. You have some people that seriously want to be better, just do not know how to get better. But then you have some people that are mentally ill, that the attention that they have gotten and the attention that they continue to get from this state of mind, that's what it's like the drug. That's what they need to continue to function. And so I would say, if you are a person that definitely has the information to share with how you turned your life around, or you're doing the work, keep sharing that. But it always has to be that person's choice. Everybody on this podcast today, when you went and you asked all of us the questions, no, every last one of us said we knew it was something that we had to change. We knew it was time for the change. It does not matter how many times you give a person advice. You can tell them your story. You could tell them, this is what I think you should do. It has to be up to that individual. And I feel that not pacifying, creating a safe place, yes, but don't pacify, because when you pacify, you're stopping the person from their own personal growth. And so now, as far as like resources and whatnot, y'all know YouTube and social media is very big. I think the reason that a lot of mental health awareness is going on right now is because of social media. Facebook, became very popular, and people started sharing videos and whatnot. Now you got TikTok, which is incredible because it's just a lot of people being more vocal about it from all different races. So, podcasts and everything. But as far as like Houston, Taja, she's an ex-vet or a vet, that you can go to the VA. They have resources. If you are a single mother, there are plenty of single mother facilities in the Houston area, or wherever you're listening from. You can Google these places. They have them for free. They have some therapists and that do pro bono work. They have the schools now have counselors that can actually help with the kids. But then there are a lot of mentorships out here. There are a lot of nonprofits out here that are more than willing to help if the person wants the resource. So my prayer for everybody today, including myself, is to continue to hold yourself accountable. Do not make mistakes. Do not make excuses for what you see in yourself, because you got to break the cycle, and it starts with you. So thank y'all for allowing us to speak to you guys tonight, and I'm going on mute.
Yeah, you said a lot right there, and I'm gonna piggyback on what you
Before I
said.
leave, I just want y'all to know that, hey,
You just want to let us know,
well,
hey.
all I wanted to say is before we get out of here. Now, I just want y'all to know, if you're in the Houston area, look up Legacy Community Health. They have psychiatrists, therapists.
What happened?
I think he got disconnected.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
That's that whole ass devil. He didn't want us to get that message across. We ain't gonna give him no power though.
Legacy something.
Legacy.
Yeah, he'll come back. He'll come back before it's over with, hopefully. I don't know what just happened. Yeah, I don't even see him in the thing. I see, okay, and Chris gone. And Mike gone. Do anybody? I should have brought Sadasia on here because she has a thing on Saturday. I'm gonna see if she can send me a flyer and I'm gonna post it on my Facebook page. Do y'all want to shut out y'all Facebook page or whatever event y'all got? Oh, matter of fact, I got CJ on Talking Monkey Business with Monkey Man Saturday for an interview, and the 40th comment get a free date.
You are.
Yeah, I'm sending people on the date. I'm trying to make
That's
it.
what I deal with my mental health. I keep trying this.
Man. Ain't you single too, poo poo? Look here. For poo poo and CJ. Yeah, we're gonna send y'all up. Look here, man. For the 40th man convict, man.
I'm working on me. See what you just said? The 40th convict. I don't want no darn go convict.
Yeah, the 40th convict. We got two with. Yeah, 40 nigga out of prison. Look here, we got two women ready to go. You spread with them, make a soup, all that shit. They gonna be dying for it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I was just playing, but look here,
I'm waiting
man. I gotta shut out my boy and them show. Gotta shut out my boy and them show, The Domino Effect with Mike and Pratt, man. My boy Pratt right there, aka Hooks, man. And y'all show on Wednesdays, right?
Yes, sir.
Missed it last
night. On Wednesday. I just did this lady right here.
Okay.
This lady right here, I had interviewed her last Saturday. I might need to repost it. If y'all need y'all credit scores fixed, she the person to go to. She gonna get you right. She gonna get you right and tight. And then here go another thing from CJ. That's what I'm saying. The 40th convict, you get a woman that designs her own clothes. She's an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? She do hair. Man, and she don't even do hair. If one of you convicts, baby mama kids need to go to school, she got a bus service where she can take them kids to school and everything, man. I'm talking about she's a whole everything in one package, man. The 40th convict, man. Look here, we looking for the convict. We know we don't want you to come out and be like BG. We want you to come back and be with the women. All right. Now, did my boy right here, Raymond. Wait, hold on. What my boy Raymond there? My boy Raymond, he do upholstery. He clean your house, clean your room, steam clean, shampoo, upholstery, tile, grout, carpet, man. 24-hour service, free estimate. Raymond Shaw, check him out, man. I went to school. We went to school with him and stuff like that. I played football and everything with him. Good guy. So that's it for tonight. Do anybody have anything they want to say before we go?
No, thank y'all.
That's it. It was great.
Thank you so much for the invite.
All right, so y'all know how I ended. I always ended with a video, and here we go.
Say what up, man? They said we used to be some dope boys out here, huh? But God had a different plan. Alright, we some hope boys. Yeah. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. Ride the boat. How God gave us different road. Ain't no dope over here. We pushing hope through the drought. Hey, ride around the boat. How God gave me different road. Keep the dope over there. We pushing hope through the town. Hey, bringing hope into my city. We ain't moving, yeah, we pushing fat. You can keep the bricks, my spirit rich, and all I need to do is seek his face. I've been around, you can ask about it. Some partners here, some been forgotten, but God is good and I'm still alive. I play with death, I always heard it calling. Hope boy only bag the Bible. You bagging powder, you seeking idols. The Lamb of God, we walk with lions. I sleep in peace, no more having nightmares. Holy Ghost, I'm a holy roller. We ain't sipping lean, we sipping foes. Just keep the drink, cause we living sober. We trample on either snakes or cobras. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. Ride the boat. How God gave me different road. Ain't no dope over here. We pushing hope through the drought. Hey, ride around the boat. How God gave me different road. Keep the dope over there. We pushing hope through the town. Ride around, think about it. We spread hope like a virus. It's our daily bread, we ain't starving. That living water poured all in our man. days on the Marlins. Now I'm up at 4 in the morning, and I'm praying for my little homies. Hope boy, they call me. And I ain't in it for a profit. I'm only in it for the calling. Keep the digits and the comments. Hope boy, oh boy, oh boy. And we serving hope on the corner. It's a different high what I'm on. I'ma rep his name till I'm gone. Hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I'm a hope boy. I ride the block. I got gave me different road. Ain't no dope over here. We're pushing hope through the drop. Right around the block. I got gave me different road. Keep the dope over there. We're pushing hope through the town.
Man, that boy say, I used to be on the mileage, now I'm up for the come on and playing with my homies, praying for my homies. Man, that real shit right there. Boy, I say, man, y'all have a good night, though.
All right.
Oh,
I do the
that's
same.
my saying, too. Pray for somebody you don't like. It's easy to pray for people you do like. Pray for somebody you don't like. You might change them through God. And with that, we gone.
All right, y'all.
All right.
I Miss Williams.
Bless. Nice to meet you guys.